The Rastafari dialogue is currently underway here in Boksburg, the East Rand, where various discussions such as the legislation of cannabis as well as its usage and commercialization are being discussed. And we do know that the session is being convened by the South African Human Rights Commission. And if we have to remind our viewers, last year cannabis was decriminalized by the eve of the general elections, May 28th. But with me, just to discuss more on how today is unfolding, is Commissioner for the South African Human Rights Commission, Professor Tshepo Madlingozi. Prof, thank you for joining us, and tell us about today's session. Why did the South African Human Rights Commission decide to hold this session?
No, good afternoon to you and to your viewers. We decided to hold this session because we received a number of complaints from members of the Rastafari community, complaining about unlawful arrest, complaining about being marginalized in the commercialization of cannabis industry, complaining about their kids not being able to go to school because of dreadlocks, a number of complaints. So we decided that to have a holistic intervention, we will host a roundtable. So we've brought together Rastafarians from all across South Africa, together with state officials from the Department of Justice and other departments, from the South African Police Services, as well as the National Prosecuting Authority. The aim of the session really is for state institutions to hear directly from affected community members, so that as we go forward, we can come up with solutions that will be proactive, but that will make sure that this community 30 years into democracy does not continue to be marginalized, criminalized, and discriminated.
Commissioner, when were these complaints received by the Commission, and also once the session is done, what's the way forward?
Yes, so we've been receiving complaints throughout the years. Some of them we've gone to court to litigate on those issues of unlawful arrest, issues of schooling, issues of discrimination in the workplace. So those has been individual responses to some of these individual complaints. So the roundtable is really, aimed at coming up with resolutions from the Commission, from affected communities, but also from state institutions. So it's a constitutional dialogue. At the end of the day, we are going to have some resolutions in the short term, in the medium term, in the long term. What issues can be resolved through dialogue with state institutions, what issues will need to go to court with, and what issues we might need to convene inquiries or hearings on.
Thank you so much. That was Commissioner Professor Tshepo Madlingozi from the South African Human Rights Commission, just giving us a brief summary on why they are holding this Rastafari roundtable here in Boksburg.